people are trying to get you on criminal charges. For the past, I don't know, I'd say 4+ years, people are trying to get you on criminal charges. And people, the DA, more people surrounding the DA have come out and said they need witnesses. If they had more witnesses, they had witnesses against you, it would be a clear, closed case. But without witnesses, they're having trouble bringing charges against you. You seem pretty happy about that.
No, I mean, sometimes witnesses, they decide they don't want to be unpatriotic. Sometimes they decide that the safety of their families is more important than giving testimony.
Okay.
And we strongly support that. It's called freedom of choice. There are people out there who say, okay, well, you know what? I don't want my kids to be kidnapped and sent to a Mexican drug cartel. I don't think I want to testify against Donald J. Trump. And it's called freedom. That's why our country is so
Mm,
great. People
uh,
have
th-
the freedom to decide that.
Did you say that there was a threat of sending their children to a Mexican whatever camp you just talked about?
No, I didn't. That was called a hypothetical.
Okay,
Okay.
so there's no threats going on. These are all just
People, things, that's what people are deciding. Things can happen. Very strong things can happen. One day the DA calls you in and says, we'd like to know what you know about Donald J. Trump's financial dealings. And you remember that, was that a dream last night when I was in the trunk of a car being stabbed by gang members who told me that I shouldn't testify? I think that was just a dream. But you know what? I'm going to use my powerful freedom as an American to say, no, thank you. I don't want to participate in this total sham against our great president.
so you think people are scared more to be let me finish the question. Scared or you're not letting me finish the question. You think they're a little scared or frightened n- or intimidated, or do you think it's because the respect they have for you?
I think it could be all of those things. When the government, the deep state, not the Trump government, but when the disgusting, disgraceful deep state wants to force you to say things that you don't think are true, or they want to confuse you, or they want to use, oh, we're the big bad government. I'm not afraid of the government, but not everybody's me. Some people are just honest, hardworking people who, they just want to go home to their families and know that everybody's alive and everybody's safe and that they won't be kidnapped or assaulted or worse. And I think that's what in our great country it's called freedom, and that's what I endorse. And I respect potential witnesses' desire to have freedom and to have all their family members alive and all their limbs intact. I think it's a great thing for our country when we can have that kind of freedom, because there's other countries where you don't get that kind of freedom.
How come, like, between like everything you're saying, there seems like passive aggressive threats throughout your whole little
I'm not
tirade?
threatening it, but there's no threats. These are just hypotheticals. Sometimes, you're saying, oh, the DA wants me to come in on Friday, but that's weird. When I went to pick up my daughter from school on Wednesday, there was a black SUV with armed men following my daughter. Hmm, maybe I won't go to the DA's office. Maybe it's more important that I stay home with my daughter, because there's a lot of creeps out there. There's a lot of nasty people.
That was another hypothetical.
It's just, I can't speak for everybody's experience. If I had information that was helpful, I would speak to the government, but not everybody trusts the government. Not everybody knows how the government works the way I do. So all I'm saying is, when you walk into the nursing home to visit your grandfather and there's a man holding a pillow above your grandfather's head, you decide that maybe, you know what, I think I should stay with my grandfather and skip my meeting with the DA's office. It's simply called liberty. It's called freedom. It's called freedom of choice. And that's what we love in this country.
And another hypothetical situation.